Welcome back to Crypto Talk, guys. Let's run down some things with you here on Bitcoin. It is Sunday evening, so markets are open in Asia. So let's run down from the 2-week down to the more the micro view. So I only have up here the anchored VWAP. So it's been holding as support this entire time for the past almost a month and a half. These are 2 weekly candles. Just started the third one, so that's four. Yeah, so it's 4 weeks plus a smidge. We could have the beginning of a bottom. Not saying we're there yet. We're getting close, in my opinion. Worst case is we drop back down to everyone's talking about the top of this neckline. That is another 10% drop from where we are today. We are having some kind of a shallowing effect. VWAP is trying to turn back up on the 2 week here. RSIs are starting to turn. And as you see, as I zoom in a little bit, it gets more and more bullish. Monthly is still ugly, but that's kind of a lagging indicator at this point in time. It already kind of foreshown the dump we just had. Again, money flows trying to come back in. VWAP's going up. This could print a trigger wave by the end of the week if we move higher. I still firmly believe if our overall goal is to come down, we're going to come back up and retest this neckline up here. I've been talking about 87,000 for a while, so 89 is kind of like the bottom part of this market structure. So if we're going to get a rejection, it is likely going to be in that neck of the woods where we'll step our way up, get a rejection, then come back down for the final flush. Maybe hit the 74, what I've been talking about. If I zoom in some more, I'll show you there's some other nice order blocks just above this and kind of talk about that. To give you some kind of hope here also as well, let's zoom out. I'll leave them further. Let's turn on my magnet tool, be precise. So we've bounced off the 0.5 fib. We're holding above the 0.5, coming in at 79,705. And then you've got the 618 down here at the 72,400-ish range. Right at the top of this market structure. So this is no different than any other cycle we've had before where you kind of break out, back test previous market structure as support and then move higher. I do like the fact you've got a bunch of degen shorts coming in, about $500,000 worth. I think it would make more sense to take them out first. Most of the liquidation prices are now around 86,000. And that comes in just shy of this light blue line here, which is the 382. It's coming in at 86,968. Or the top of this one wick up here, I think is possible to get a push up if our overall goal is still to come back down and flush. But remember, if we do flush, guys, this is going to be one hell of a wick. It's not going to last long. It's going to be like a 1 hourly candle. It's going to get completely eaten up to the upside. It's going to be a V-shaped recovery. So if you look to trade that, that is a great buying opportunity. You'll see most exchanges will most likely glitch because there's so much volume coming in. You won't be able to see the price. You'll just start seeing it jump in thousands of dollars at a time per second. I've seen it before. You need to be careful. You get liquidated very fast if you try to do that. So if you're trying to ride a wave like that, you're better off turning your leverage down to like 20x and then trying to ease your way in. Don't throw the whole portfolio at it. You get wrecked quite quickly. I've been there and I've done that. You learn the hard way. So I like what I see here on the weekly. Let's run down to the 3-day. 3-day, we are in a falling channel. So beautiful. I love it. So kind of have something like that. And this is kind of imaginary, but let's kind of go off of, it's more of a broadening wedge pattern. So you are going to ping pong your way around this guy. And if we had to make an imaginary, let's call it a midline, that would be somewhere in there. Probably something like that, which we'll probably be challenging it pretty soon. 3-day has momentum still. You're still just starting to turn this up. So as long as this doesn't rack back down, this has a lot of potential and a lot of movement to the upside. So the RSIs are gapped, which means this is not going to be a fast move. It's going to be very slow. VWAP did crumb back over the zero line, but it's starting to flatten, which is showing loss of momentum. So it's kind of in between at the moment. 2-day. 2-day, like the 1-day, you got a bull div here. Has it yet to play out? I don't know, but I do like the fact the RSIs are pointing way up again. They're gapped, so they're not likely going to get a very aggressive move here. Got decreasing volume, so this still shows continuation to the upside, in my opinion. Daily is where it gets tricky. We've had a bull div for a while. We had a bull div started from last Tuesday's dip, bought back up. It's been really, really struggling to make any kind of momentum. So this does look like it wants to roll over, so be careful if it does. Look for at least a back test of 79,585, 583-ish, which would be the 0.5 fib again. That would make a lot of sense to me. Kind of form a more of a macro double bottom, which would be nice. Run down to the 12-hour. 12 hours trying to print a trigger wave, which is nice. We are rejecting from this yellow line here, which is the 200 smooth moving average. So we want to get back above that. And again, my really haphazard midline here is kind of the rejection point. We can delete that because it's really not drawn in very well. Again, I like the fact the RSIs are up. VWAP is trying to come back up. This was that massive dump the beginning of Sunday, and that's now we're pumping back up. I should say we're grinding back up. 8 hour showing a potential move to the upside if this continues. The very powerful movements are these little trigger waves to barely into the zero line, or it's a continuation. It's a green line of the lane going up. So this could continue up. I like the way the VWAP is starting to curve up. Money float's coming back in. Looks pretty nice there. 6 hour. Same thing, except the RSIs are now flat. 6 hour is kind of 50-50, whether it's going to turn up or come down. 4 hour. 4 hours trying to push into a trigger wave. It needs to have more confirmation. Really needs to get back above 84,000 for this probably to print a green dot. Money flow is still in the red, but we've been range bound, guys, so there's nothing really to get too upset about here. Ever since we dropped out of 89,000, we've been stuck down here, so we can kind of pull this to this. And then there's your range. Ranges are great for trading. It's really simple. It goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. It went down again, so guess what? It's going to probably come back up and challenge this the value area high. I'd like to see a strong trigger wave there would be nice. The fact everyone is talking about shorting and crypto Twitter is talking about shorting makes me more bullish. Michael Saylor is supposed to buy like a $500 million Bitcoin or something silly. I think it's 250,000 Bitcoin is what he's going to buy. So if he does that tomorrow or over the next month, that's going to be a hell of a lot of buy pressure coming in. And I guarantee you, if I haven't looked at the chart yet, but I guarantee you BlackRock is buying like crazy now for their IBIT. You have this liquidity curve up here. This is what myself and other traders are targeting. Basically the $87,000 range. So once you get back above that, you're also going to liquidate a lot of those really large shorts. So that one trader that's on let's see, on crypto Twitter, he's got like $338 million short. I think his liquidation price is now 86,000 flat. They tried to get him this morning. He was at 85,600, and then as he got close, he added another $5 million to that position, which pushed his liquidation price up to 86,000. So really, this is a nice order block to look at. My red box here. We can wick into that. It's gonna have a cascading effect up, being the fact a lot of liquidations will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if New York does try to do that, or if not before then, you have Hong Kong or London do that to you tonight while I'm sleeping. Let's go back out here to the daily real quick, get an idea of where New York closed. This was Friday's candle. So this is Friday's close. Friday was, again, I'm guessing, I haven't looked at the CME chart, which I guess I should look at in a second, but that's 86,700. So that's likely the target. You're going to have a gap likely in here. So I could check that out in a second as well, but you likely have a small gap to fill. So you'd fill the gap, liquidate people, then come down if that's the overall goal of the market makers. I don't know. I'm not a whale or an institution, so I don't know. They're doing whale games right now. But that's what I see currently speaking. Let's jump down to the hourly. Hourly still has momentum to the upside. This could be a nice big push. We could get some momentum, squeeze some shorts locally here. I will say this is not exactly bullish market structure locally. You're probably going to hit your head on the, once again, the 83,785, which is the bottom end of this market structure, which we're kind of coming into now. But we push back above that. We have some room to run. And especially if you flip the $85,000 mark, 85, we'll call it 480, you're back above the 200 smooth moving average on the 1 hour. 30-minute, getting held down by that lovely yellow line. The 200's holding you down. You're hitting some rejections here. I'm going to guess you're probably hitting the 618 currently speaking for this fib rejection. Not yet, just above that. So you're hitting the 0.5 fib and the 0.45. So those are acting as rejection now. So we'll have to wait and see. 24-minute. By the way, this is a nice bull div here. On the 30-minute and the 24-minute, you had decreasing price action with increasing momentum. That was a nice pop. So this does show, I like the way this VWAP is turning up, and you've got really tight RSIs pointing straight up. So this probably is going to run all the way up to the 84,555 mark to retest those levels and try to push. So they may try to push these shorts early. The money flows back in the green here in the 12-minute. Everything is pointing up, but it's super gapped, so this could be a fizzled out move. 10-minute, yeah, kind of dying off unless we get some whale pushing. It is in between. Hong Kong's been open for a while. London is not online yet for another 3 to 4 hours, so I don't see much happening. This might just be a slow grind up, guys. So slow grind ups are also just liquidity pulls coming. So you start to stair step this. It looks like a robobot. Well, their goal is to do that. So if that's the case, be very careful. Stair stepping is nice. It does create market structure to fall back on. Also here too, you have a mini inverse head and shoulders currently speaking. So you got a left shoulder ahead and then a right shoulder here playing out. So if this did play out, this would give you an approximate move of, we'll call that the neckline. Yeah, gives you the top of the range. So look towards the 84.5 to 85,000 as the top of this move. Anything higher, it's just because of liquidations pushing the price up further. Let's talk about AVAX a little bit. How to call something earlier about this. So where are we? So AVAX is a great buying opportunity. I can't say this enough. It's one of the most bullish blockchains I've seen from mass adoption. Citibank, Bank of America, they are super bullish on them. They're building everything on their infrastructure side with them. Let's delete this stuff. All of my drawings. There we go. So it's a great buying opportunity. We do have bearish market structure, so I don't see us cascading back down to the $8 mark, which is the last time I bought it. I bought it down in this range, last year, 2 years ago, 2023. And of course, I didn't sell a single thing when it hit $64, but I was expecting much higher. Dreaded M pattern, which is more the McDonald's look. So yeah, we have a lot of room to run. Going off fib projections again. big rejection is going to come at 93. So from now to that point, you're looking at a 400% return to an all-time high. You're looking at 686%. 1618 is up here at 1100%. The 2618 is up at 1900%, and the 3618 is up here at 2600%. I think that's unrealistic. I have a top peak bear market target about 350 to 335, and that'll put you still in the 1600% range. I think it's crazy, but it's doable. This is something that Binance did with their coin. They went from $8 to $600 in one run. If the liquidity is there, it'll do it. It's got the use case. It's the fastest blockchain TPS-wise at the moment. And it's adapting a bunch of ecosystems in terms of the gaming aspects and also just being a really good layer one blockchain. So I'm bullish here. Toncoin, I looked at this one just strictly because someone pumped it. I think the founder got out of jail or they released him or something of that nature. I think that's why this thing pumped. Let's do that. Get rid of my Mongo Pro Trader for a second. Yeah, this pump was because of the founder, I guess, getting released from prison. So it's already recovered. This is another one. They are a layer one blockchain. So this is Telegram's coin, if you don't know. I wish Discord had their own coin, and if they do, I don't know about it. I'm ignorant to it, so I'm kind of in my own little hole. Really, once you get back above, let's call it the 389 mark, this thing's going to run really hard. I think it's like everything else, though. It's just waiting for market sentiment as a whole in crypto to get better. But dang, is this thing dumped. There's a lot of big money in this coin, so I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a late bloomer, and this thing just melts faces off of people as well. Just going off of this alone, and again, I don't know if this is the full chart, but this is just Binance's chart. You've got a lot of room to run to the 618, which is up here at $5.36. So from now, 51%. To the local high. I'm not sure if that's the all-time high. It's the 103%. Up to this 1618, you're looking at 182%. So this is, again, a small mover compared to something like AVAX. So pretty simple. So I'm not going to run down everything else. Just wanted to really talk about Bitcoin today. Kind of where I see we're going. This is the barometer of the entire market. So as Bitcoin makes it move higher, it'll lift everything up with it. So I love the fact that we had this X's the entire way down. Yellow X's mean manipulation, which means they're being forced, which is great. Anytime you see yellow X's, especially in a larger time frame, I don't know if it means the 1 hour. For example, this entire way down. No, that's not a good one. Let's do the 4 hour. It's even something Crypto Face to talk about. Maybe the 30-minute you had a whole ton on a certain time frame. Yeah, you start seeing stuff like this, you know it's being pushed by institutions in Wales. I mean, look at that. It's just being manipulated. So you knew a bounce was coming at some point, but this is way lower than most people thought it was going to go. So, all right, guys, enough of me rambling. It's late. I'm going to bed. Nothing to say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, head over to Crypto Black Wall on Twitter, the Block Guard Discord. If you need some private one-on-one coaching, head over to my Patreon. Schedule your 1 hour call with me. Multiple calls. Do what you got to do. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm here to help you, make you a better trader, better investor. And I hope all is well. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.